What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, The Hype, episode 257. It's been a little bit slow in the hobby. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We've got our NFL Blitz segment again. Lots of football going down. We got new releases for football that are going to hopefully jolt some life back into the football segment. We also got to talk about a card show that's happening in Vegas, and there is some absolute banger cards that are going to be on display in Vegas, ready to be purchased. And it's just another reason to go to Vegas. So, also, Leaf. Brian Gray gets a little lippy about his soccer product, so we're going to dissect that, talk about that, and it's going to be a fun show, guys. At 257, we're on the rise to episode 300. It's coming. I don't know how we're going to top episode 200, but we're going to try our best. Mojobreak.com is the website for your breaking needs, mojobreakshop.com for your wax needs. Guys, you know, I know this is a little bit off topic. It's not on the docket for today, but do you have a general feeling that things are slowing down in this time of year in the hobby? Is this normal, or is this?
I think it's normal. I think we haven't seen this lull in like the last 3 years. It slows down a little bit, but not as much as it is right now. We are at the mercy. I've said it a million times. At the mercy in football, we're at the mercy of the rookie class. Basketball, kind of the same thing. Basketball, we don't know yet. We did lose one of the top guys. He's out for the year. Chet. So,
but C-Rad, we're eons away from that draft class anyway, right? We're eons away.
Yeah,
we may get those cards in 2024. I don't know, because right now it's still Scotty Barnes.
But
time,
look
man.
look at football. What drives football products? Rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
What do we not have right now in that category?
Rookie
quarterbacks who are playing.
There's a slice of Kenny Pickett hope. No, a slice. Trubisky 4 more bad games. 3 more bad games, 2 more
for
bad
them
games.
not to pull the plug on Trubisky yet gives me zero confidence in Pickett. How bad is he? How bad is it? Because Mitchell Trubisky, bad. Or does Mason Rudolph move up?
Or does this mean that they have a lot of confidence in him and they don't want to throw him into the fire with a team that where he's going to get beat up and he's not going to have a? I know it's a bold take.
It's a bold take,
but that could be part of it too. Is that they just don't want to just throw him to the wolves right away? You know.
Well, you heard the rookie George Pickens kind of went a little viral and saying that all the receivers are open. He's like, Mitchell's not finding us.
All of them are open?
He's all, hey, I'm not just speaking for myself. He's like, you can watch the tape. You can see guys open, and he's not hitting guys that are open. So, But Tomlin's a guy that's been there for a very long time and is going to stick to his
guns,
his whatever he wants to do. So,
is it safe to say if Trubisky gets benched, it is done for Trubisky? Trubisky is
no more biscuit time.
But could Trubisky be a serviceable backup going forward in his career?
Of course.
Sure.
I think he's a starter.
Yeah.
He'll be a decent backup if you need a guy to come in for a game or two.
Raiders lost Mariota.
But
they need a backup.
I think I agree with Pickens. So the Steeler games that I have watched, like either he's not finding them or he's missing them by a wide margin.
Pickett to Pickens.
He's overthrowing them.
I mean, people forget too. I mean, and it's so finicky when you're dealing with how to start a rookie quarterback. I think I used to be of the mindset of let him sit like Aaron Rodgers did. Look what happened. Well, Aaron Rodgers is a 1 in a million type of guy. I think the guys that sit, it's just not working out. I think you throw them in the fire and let them learn through trial and error. I mean, a la Peyton Manning. I mean, look at Trevor Lawrence is on the right.
I was gonna say,
somewhat on the right track.
Look
now.
at all the rookie quarterbacks from last year, right? Obviously, for all of them, the season hasn't started off great. Like obviously, Trey Lance got lost to injury. Fields has it up and down in the second year season, but all those guys last year quarterbacks they're thrown into the fire, and then like you said, Trevor Lawrence looks good. Zach Wilson's about to come back, so we're gonna see how he looks. You know what I mean? Davis Mills had a decent second year as well, so like you just got to throw them in there.
And this is a little prelude to the actual NFL Blitz segment that we got coming up, and I want to leave you guys on this note. If there was a top 5 football players to collect right now based on the last couple years of rookie classes, it's got to be Trevor Lawrence, right? Is there anybody else that might be contending with that right now? Cody?
Last 5 years of
like,
NFL rookies?
I mean, because you don't want to say Tom Brady or you don't. I mean, I'm trying to exclude the guys that are like.
Because
we moved on from your guy. I take it. No more Herbert, huh?
Well, I still believe in a guy, a true leader, sticking it out there.
Hey, man,
rib.
you're a Charger fan.
I'm saying the flavor of the week, the Starburst flavor of the week.
Well, if we're
Lawrence,
going,
sure.
I was going to say, if we're going last 5 years, When was Lamar Jackson drafted?
Yep, that qualifies.
I mean, he's the best player in the NFL right now. So
I was
don't
gonna
know if
say-
anyone can touch him.
I'll say if anything,
Jalen Hurts, we're like, nah.
Jalen Hurts,
you're 3-0, but we're like, nah.
I was
whatever.
gonna say if anything, the 2020 rookies look even better now because you not only you still have Herbert and Burrow, but now you have Tua and Hurts that are looking incredible. So it's like that 2020 class. If any, those box prices should go
In
up even
2021,
higher.
just lost Mac Jones along with Trey Lance and Zach.
Yeah,
Zach
man.
Wilson is starting. Is it this week?
He will be starting this week.
Okay,
yes.
so that's
they
something
got,
to consider.
They got some weapons there. I'm starting to jump on the Zach Wilson train here.
So let's move on to actually talking about products that are coming out. We just had 2022 Immaculate release. We had the first off-the-line version that released on Friday, but now we have the new Immaculate. Immaculate's got 6 cards a box. You got really nice patches, collegiate jerseys, but the great thing about those is there's those SEC patches, there's those bowl patches, make some beautiful cards. We have Elements that came out today, which is your 3 hits per box. I think it's 5 cards per box, so it's a hit-based product. Metal on-card autos. And then you have at the end of the week, you got Score, which is a staple product. What do we need for the – I mean, we're starting to get a little bit of a pickup today. We saw with Elements. We saw Tyler on Whatnot doing a lot of Elements. You're doing a lot of Elements on YouTube. Do you think that football fans are starting to come around in this 2022 class, or do we, like we just said, do we need a quarterback?
I'll say 2 things. A better quarterback class would have absolutely driven these products more. But with that said, besides some of the college stuff, the pro uniform NFL stuff, we've been selling them fine. Like,
Yeah.
we actually can't keep them in stock. Like, we run out of this stuff pretty fast, right? And I don't know. That's partly due to the fact that we're not getting as much as we previously were. We'd have to buy stuff on the secondary market, But with that said, like, football collectors are still, they need something to get into.
Well,
Yeah,
what I
I
was
mean-
going to say, the prices are a little bit better.
The
too.
prices
so,
are-
I mean, you're getting a little bit more value for your buck right now.
So the prices are better, absolutely, but at the same time, there's also like they're still, for some products, they're still like we talked about it previously, like they're still a little bit too high too for the class that we're in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that with this rookie class, as opposed to the last couple rookie classes, you're not going to be able to open up a product and hit a 5K card, hit a 10K card, where I feel the last couple years, out of any product, it was a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could hit a 4 or 5 figure card, no problem.
Yeah.
It seems like they were coming out of every product. You're not going to see that this year.
Even
you hit it.
it's not that high.
Yeah, you hit a card that's $500 like that. That's going to be a substantial score. But it may pick up. It's going to take one of these rookie quarterbacks to start and perform well.
But I think we're so focused on the rookies, and I know that is the main part of our hobby to get a rookie card. But because there's a kind of a cause and effect here with this, is that we've had so many good rookie classes that there's a lot of great vets right now and legends that you can collect outside of the rookie class. There's Tom Brady stuff. There's Patrick Mahomes stuff in all these products. There's Josh Allen. I mean, they may not all have autos, but there's a lot of chase within that I think people kind of disregard, right? I Tom Brady singles that are numbered still do very well.
Yeah, but it's the products, and this, they're all based around the rookies. You're going the 90% of the time, you're going to get a rookie auto out of a box. So if the rookies aren't performing, the value is not going to be as good.
But there's still value in the vets. I'm talking about
there is value in the vets.
I'm talking about yin and yang.
But
here.
the vets are harder to pull.
They are, and it's. I mean, I think you're seeing some good amount of vets in Gold Standard, right? I mean, Immaculate Collegiate I know has some vets, but it's mainly rookie stuff.
I've seen a good amount of vets in all of the 2022 NFL releases.
Yeah.
Like there is a decent like even like something like I remember opening up a bunch of Legacy when it came out a couple months ago, and that stuff was loaded with some nice vet names. Like really, like I was surprised by how good some of the vet stuff was. So they're definitely Panini maybe is understanding like, okay, maybe this draft light isn't as strong. We are gonna add a little bit more vet presence, like bigger name vets, not just like the lower tier vets that that people aren't really looking for. So I have noticed throughout these early 2022 products that the vets have been pretty decent.
Cody, do you see a dip on the football class when you're doing breaks on loop? Anybody talking about it, or is it just like I'm going to buy my box anyway?
A little bit here and there. I think that it was tough to tell at first because you had 2021 Select, which had that mix of the 2022 class with the 2021 rookies. So there was a brief moment where I was like, everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna do fine. And I think there has been a little bit of a dip as it's gone strictly 2022 rookies. Just kind of, echoing what you guys are saying. Like, it's going to take one of these guys breaking through. I think there's also just bigger things at play. It could be, like Dan was alluding to at the beginning, this is a slower time. I think people are watching the news, reading the news, and maybe getting a little, grabbing that wallet a little tighter, saying, you know what, maybe I don't need to get that.
Well, I mean,
it's natural.
It takes one of those rookie quarterbacks to pop, though. And then, it's on fire again. Desmond Ridder comes out and throws 3 touchdowns to Drake London, and the Atlanta Falcons are the they are the team to get in a random team, which is something that I don't think I've said in a long time.
That would be the dream, wouldn't it? That's really the dream. It's I'm not wishing anyone to get hurt or anything, or wishing anyone to lose their job, but like if Marcus Mariota gets benched or whatever, can't play,
injury prone,
and you get Desmond Ridder to Drake London, I mean that is like, and of course you got Kyle Pitts there as well, a guy who was a pretty, for a tight end, a very big rookie last year. That would definitely
be my guy
the
right
dream
there.
I
really
almost
good.
feel
That's my
like
guy.
this is the year of the receiver though so far. I mean, there's
Yeah.
been a lot. I mean, Drake London had a big catch. I mean, we've got
Olave had a big weekend.
Yeah.
last weekend.
He had 100 and something
And
plus
the
yards.
the guy from the Commanders,
Dotson.
Dotson's been good.
There's a guy on the Jets.
Yeah, Wilson's been good.
Wilson.
Yeah,
And the
and
best
now he's
guy-
gonna have Wilson back. Zach Wilson back.
Actually, I can't remember a year where there was so many rookie, because usually rookie receivers, it takes that first year almost like a red shirt to like understand the offense, understand the speed of the game, and then their second year they really show up.
And probably the most talented guy, Danny Gray, has actually not even really been out in the field yet. So
We
I
don't
mean,
even know.
once
We don't even know who that guy is.
Once we get
We
him
have.
out
We
there
have.
and unleash
Yeah.
him, watch him get involved. this
Cody
week.
has no idea who you're talking
I'm
about.
even at a loss. Yeah,
He has no idea.
Danny Gray, third round pick for the Niners. I'm wearing the hat. Yes, I know.
Wow.
Man, even as a Niner fan, I don't know if I should be upset with myself as a
No.
Niner fan.
No.
You guys should be all ashamed of
You're
yourself.
fine. You're fine.
I know
You're
who
fine.
Danny Gray is only because I pulled him in a bunch of products.
Yeah,
That's
because he's
it.
got a good signature. He had that 80-yard touchdown in preseason against Green Bay.
Oh, we're going back to preseason.
So-
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
what we're
I'm
doing.
gonna, I don't think
you
I'm
know
gonna,
it's doom and gloom. We're like, remember that highlight in the
Yeah.
preseason?
I don't think I'm gonna be
I think
touting.
they went. They like the Raiders were 4-0, right, or 3-0.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, they won the
4-0.
preseason.
They had 4 games.
Yeah, now they're 0-3.
I think it's going to take me a while to be hyping up any receiving prospects the Niners have, considering who's throwing the ball right now.
Man,
Brock Purdy, baby. Come on.
everybody just can't stand. And I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo.
One week you hate him.
I mean, he wins this week against the Rams.
Love him.
Love him. I mean, but actually, the narrative would be like, Jimmy G gives us the best chance to win right now.
But you saw, I mean,
like it literally just flips.
we saw him. No, I will say this. I stood after that game where Trey gets hurt and then Jimmy came in. It was, look, they won, but not because of Jimmy, not because he's great. And to quote the late, great Denny Green, he is who we thought he was. This is who he is, and he's not going to change. The man, he's 31 years old. He's not going to change as an NFL QB.
I mean, what is it like to be a Niner fan? Just roller coaster of emotions,
Big
right?
time.
Like, well, it's a good thing we still have Jimmy, and now it's like Jimmy's the worst quarterback in the history of the Niners.
Pretty
not
bad.
good.
He will beat the Rams this week, though. because
And
he knows
then
how to
and then
play
he's
them.
back to being
And he
like,
will beat the Rams.
it's so good that we have Jimmy back.
He will
Like,
be. He will if he beats the Rams. It will be like a 12 for 18 day with 175 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 pick. It'll be the most. It'll be the best version.
Oh, he's
of
not
him
going to
on
beat the
this
Rams.
podcast.
We're
But
going to have
but a
pick
win is a
sixes.
win, right?
Pick sixes.
Sure.
He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. That one thing about Jimmy G.
No, I'm saying Stafford's going to throw some pick sixes. That's how
Stafford
we're gonna
does throw a lot of interceptions. He also
does.
throws a lot of touchdowns
He
too.
does.
So I mean, whatever.
win. He is
Old
the
gun-
modern day
old
Brett Favre.
gunslinger.
Do you want to make a bet?
Do I want to make a bet?
Yes, on this week's game, which is actually ironically we're playing each other in fantasy for our CBS league too. But I bet whoever loses has to sing.
Oh, dude, no. Why
sing
we
Right Said
no.
Fred.
Why don't we do cold hard cash instead of
Because that's not
instead of like
entertaining to the
playing like
viewers.
it's like a talent show.
I think we have to entertain Cody, come up with something that entertains the viewers. I'm putting you on the spot. We
I'll
already did the clown makeup, as you guys
Yeah.
seen in episode whatever. I was wearing the clown makeup.
How about this? Give me until the end of the show, and I will have something. We'll reveal at the end of the show the punishment or the bounty here.
Can we come up with something better than singing or like a dance routine or?
I
Kick
like
each
the
other in the
idea of
balls.
an outfit. I like the idea of an outfit like you did with the
An
clown.
outfit.
I think that's good. Like a costume. It is. I mean, it is Halloween. It'll be easy. Halloween season is right around the corner, so it will be easy to find said outfit or costume.
I mean, we could do the old like you just got to wear the opposing team's jersey. For
I mean,
the hype.
I would rather if you're gonna do that though,
so
you need to come
singing.
in full pads and helmet.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
it
lot
needs,
of money.
That's
but
a lot of money, but hey, that's the cost of losing.
Well, we got some mini helmets that might fit him, but me, I got to get the large helmet. I don't even know if they make my size. My head is very large.
Big noggin.
I mean,
but
I don't know. I don't know what we can do.
we could do something.
Figure
We'll figure.
something
Maybe
out.
we should poll the audience.
We can do the loser has to do the hot chip challenge.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
back in stores too.
They are. They are.
They actually got him right down.
Whatever. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Oh,
Right
you
at
didn't
our-
do it last time.
Right
huh?
at our
Yeah.
local Rotten Robbie's Road over here, they actually have the one chip right as you're walking up. Because
They
you
do.
know what would be great to go with your energy drink or your coffee,
You know
then
what?
a one chip
Let's do
challenge
it.
on the way out.
Beef stick and cheese and a
one-chip, please.
one chip challenge.
Do it 2 versus 2. I mean, Dan got the Rams versus you guys. 49ers loser has to eat
Cody's
the
like,
chip.
wait a second. I'm not
Hey, hey, hey! Now wait a minute.
Hey, don't get scared now,
I wasn't
Cody.
in this. I said nothing.
do we get the points? Do we get
I
the
mean,
points?
or somebody has to like chug a whole thing of thick water or something
Ugh.
like that.
No.
No, thank you. I'd rather
No.
eat the chip.
All right, yeah. I guess give me the chip in that case.
I'd be like, give me the thick water.
What's up? You guys want this challenge or what? You guys want the -1.5 points? That's
that what
is
it
that what you're
is?
saying? Yeah.
Is it really -1.5?
That's pretty sad.
No, we're
Should
not
be at
doing.
least
We're not.
6.
We're not doing the points. We're doing straight up.
No, it's gotta be straight winner.
Winner.
Straight up.
Well, that's the disadvantage to us because we're the underdogs.
No, you can't be the underdog.
Yeah.
The Rams are
Really?
underdogs. You guys are at home. What are you
That
talking
doesn't
about?
matter. I mean,
They are not the underdogs.
Well,
There's
yeah,
no way
it's a,
they're the
it's
underdogs.
a point and a half.
Rams are the
Rams.
underdogs.
Rams are a 1.5 underdog.
Underdog.
on Monday because
Yes.
it's in San Francisco.
Yeah, I
or
know,
Santa
that's silly.
Clara.
Man, that's easy.
The-
I hate to
these-
say it, but that's easy money. I'm betting.
These teams play each other.
Well, and I don't
a
think
crap ton. The Niners always play the Rams well. Regardless, I mean, it doesn't matter their record. It doesn't matter like what point of the season it's in. Like it's not going to be a blowout.
Dude, this is surprising. The Niner fans are surprised that the Niners are slight favorites at
well, did you
home.
watch the game last
Yeah,
week?
I was gonna say.
I don't think we could have beat anybody
Niner fans
last
have
week.
no faith, dude.
No, well,
We're
again,
realists.
it's a roller coaster. No.
We
one
are.
thing Niner fans are not is realist. It is like, again, if they do win, if you guys do win, Niner fans are gonna be talking winning the division, gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy G's not that bad. Maybe we should sign him for another couple years.
You're not gonna catch those words in my mouth. I know that.
Well, it's a winning culture that we have. I mean, it's a dynasty.
You haven't won. You haven't won.
It's five
You
Super
haven't
Bowls.
won since 1994. There's no culture of winning.
There is.
1994.
I went to 2 Super Bowls since then. Okay,
It doesn't matter if
7
you go.
Super Bowls and then the dynasty.
It doesn't matter if you go. Actually, it's worse if you go and lose. I'd rather not go.
Rams have been twice this last decade too.
Yeah, I don't talk about the Patriots Super Bowls.
Well, you guys didn't even get a touchdown. I know that was great. But yeah, we'll come up with something. But
Doesn't matter if you score 50 or if you lose, you lose. Score
L
3 points.
is
Score
an L. But I'm confident. I'm actually confident that we're going to find a way to beat the Rams. Because you know what? It isn't even Jimmy G versus Stafford. It's McVay versus Shanahan. The 2 masters, the 2 chess masters.
Well,
playing.
and you know what? And I will take this every year. You guys can beat us both times in a regular season, and if we take you down in the playoffs, that's all that matters.
How about Hitler? How about Hitler mustaches?
Whoa.
As a
That's
challenge.
okay.
Okay.
That went left.
Absolutely.
Hard pass.
Absolutely
That
not.
went left.
Absolutely
I
not.
think we do the hot tip challenge.
Are
Come
you
on,
ta- I
you guys
mean, wait,
accept or
wait.
what?
How about
Michael Jordan can pull
how
it
about
off.
I
if
was
we
gonna say, let's be political. It's the Michael Jordan Haynes
Yes.
mustache.
How about
yeah, let's
okay?
be
We
honest.
can't go there, but How about if we just do a straight mustache? Like you have to just like Tom Selleck mustache.
So you're gonna shave all. You're just gonna
You have to
keep
shave.
this
You have to
part.
shave everything except for the mustache. All mustache.
Which is what- is
I
what I
will
usually
do.
grow.
I will do that bet.
Can you even grow a full mustache?
I can grow like this. These hairs like this. Like this.
I can. I
How about we dye our hairs?
hairs.
Individual hairs. One hair, you
One.
said.
I will
Hairs.
dye one hair.
Multiple hairs.
No,
on
no,
my head.
no,
Not
no.
the whole
Dye
thing.
your-
You can say
dye
the
your
whole thing.
beards. How about that?
Okay. We have to bleach our hair.
Bleach
Bleach like frosted tips, like back in 1997.
So you want me to look like Justin Timberlake
Yeah.
in sync?
100.
Dye my hair because I know we're not gonna lose.
It's coming from a
Rams.
guy that thinks the Raiders are going to make the playoffs. So
They are gonna make the
I'd
playoffs.
like to be on record. I never
think we
agreed
should
to
go.
anything
I think we should
here.
go full mustache, only mustache. Mustache.
that's not that big of a deal, though. That's like
Well,
not-
don't
that's
don't
not
tell that to my
exciting,
wife.
listen.
It'll be a big deal.
Oh, yeah. I know, mine
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Mine too.
no, it'll be a huge deal.
yeah. How about we shave our heads bald? That's a
My
really-
hair.
that's
My hair
putting
is the
all
money
on.
maker, man. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been
Well,
bald multiple times.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out, or if you guys have any ideas from now until Monday, we'll figure something out. But let's talk about this Topps Chrome logo fractors that has hit Topps.com, $49.99. You get 5 regular packs of Topps Chrome baseball and 2 special logo fractor packs. And we're seeing our first Julio Rodriguez look. So these were on sale in New York at their New York location, retail location, and now available on Topps.com. And I think the logo fractors look pretty cool. I actually really like them. Now, I was expecting a little bit of backlash. I haven't read the comments yet, but I was expecting some backlash on the fact that the people that bought Topps Chrome ahead of time are not, now this is in there. I know it's a different card, but like, you're getting a Julio chance from these maybe faster than you're going to have the Julio chance at the SP packs. But what do you think, Cody? What do you think of this design? I think the design's really cool.
I really like the design. I feel like it's I'm actually you were talking about the reaction. Most of the reaction I've seen has been overwhelmingly positive.
That's great.
Because it looks good. It's an interesting chase. It's something like I feel like out of Topps Chrome, like it's something beyond the autos. Like I would like to see next year in Topps Chrome to add this in as your sort of super short print chase of some of these rookies. I think that would really give it a boost beyond just chasing those rookie autos. And in this case,
They're
the short
not
print.
gonna do
I know.
that.
After everything we just went through,
dude.
maybe
We don't
not.
need another color.
I like this
we
one.
don't need
I don't know if you
another-
can see it.
on top
Can
of
you
that,
see it? Can
we
you
don't
see
need
the
another
logos?
parallel.
I can't see it.
Are those MLB
On
logos?
top,
Yeah,
yes.
look at that.
Those are-
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Yeah, that's cute.
That's pretty
That's
sick.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty
cute.
sick.
It's pretty cool.
I
You
will
know,
tell-
is there parallels of those?
I believe there are.
As
Yes.
far as I know.
The reason I say
Too
Cody,
much,
that's never
dude,
going to
too
happen
much.
is
Too many
because
parallels?
they
Too many
want to make
parallels.
another SKU. Like it's
Yes,
it's
exactly.
beneficial for Topps
They're not
to
just
make
gonna-
another Chrome.
We got to move on.
Logo
We got to
fractor.
move on from the parallel era. We just got done talking about this. Is not as popular as it
And
was.
on top of
and,
that, it's
and
never been popular
It's
in
never been
baseball.
popular in baseball.
Yeah, but like that's cool looking.
Yeah, but that's fun.
I usually am on board with you, but I actually think that looks pretty cool.
Okay,
yeah.
so if you are crazy enough to want to collect the full Topps Chrome rainbow of your player,
Who does that anymore?
now you have
Nobody does that.
how many more parallels to chase?
Like one guy in the universe that actually does
You
that
know,
now.
it's called collecting. It's what we're trying to do here.
What is that? Can you explain that? We need an episode on that.
We
We need
actually-
to just explain
Probably
collecting.
we're going back to basics.
Admittedly, yes. If this was just like I said, if this was a like super short print run within Topps Chrome as like a baseball's version of like a color blast hit or something like that, then I would be like, that's awesome, that's super cool. I admit it being like there's parallel versions and there's a whole different SKU of it, and that's is it a little overkill? Sure.
Sure.
But does the card look objectively cool? Yes.
Okay,
I think it does.
I'll give you that. Like, yeah, that's cool.
Looks nice.
But we need to be responsible with the parallels.
I think Panini should start doing this. I think they should do it with the NFL logo. I think we should do it for basketball as well.
Well,
maybe
you saw the
hockey.
75th anniversary ones, and
Yeah.
they're really popular. The 75th anniversary Prism basketball parallels, and those are.
I think
some of the most
Sapphire
popular ones.
was getting a little tired. So
I like
now we've got the logo.
I like the
fractors.
name. Logo fractor. Give me
At
that.
first, when I heard it, I thought it was gonna be like 101s or something. You know what I mean?
I thought it was gonna be the team logos. Is what I thought.
that would be cool
That's another
too.
parallel. That's
That'd be
another-
cool. You could
I thought
create,
it was Mariner logos all over that.
create
thing.
that create that one too. You get the. Then you can do.
Listen, man. Topps Chrome is about the autographs, man. They have these parallels. And these base
Well,
and these SPs.
apparently it's about the SPs.
I'm confused.
All of a sudden, it went from being about the autographs to being solely about the short prints.
Baseball collectors, please talk to me. Like, what do you like? Are you guys into this? Like, you guys are
Mostly
into
because they
parallels
were
now?
not in the run. That's what changed everybody's opinion. Now
Well,
everybody
don't
wants
take
it.
something away from me that I might have in 1 in 80 cases, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? Don't
What-
take that away from
what
me.
would the outrage be if they were the rookie auto, if the autos were actually missing, not just the S, if the autos of Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt, and these guys,
Outrage.
those were
The world
missing.
would end.
Outrage.
The hobby
Would
would
it
be dead.
be worse than the missing SP? base
100%.
cards?
Yes.
It would be.
Not
It would
from
be-
what I kinda, not from what I understand. They want the
No,
SP.
it was going to be bad regardless. You miss anything, like you said, and you were saying the 1 in a million chance.
But the
you
autos would be worse.
get your
though.
Dumb and Dumber on, but
Well,
like it.
Autos are missing. I honestly feel like that's where it's like, for lack of a better term, heads roll. Like, people get fired over that sort of thing. That is a massive mistake out of like you said, an auto product. A product, that's what people are in it for. You're right.
No, it's about
They're in it
SPs.
for
though.
SPs.
It's not
yeah.
bad.
I mean,
about SPs of CJ.
last week you would think
That's all I got to yell
this
at
product
for.
was solely about SPs.
Well-
With the outrage from like the 5 players not being in there.
Do you think there would be outrage if, like, just say, like, you know, base card number 250 was Daniel Vogelbach and it just didn't get printed? Do you think people would even say anything about it?
I think there would. I think Twitter would be on fire over it.
Like,
I
I'm trying to
think it
collect my
does.
Mariner
I think
set.
if there's anything to complain about, people are going to complain about it. Downer Dan in full effect today.
Speaking of complaining, Brian Gray, Leaf CEO, takes to Twitter. Gets a little bit of criticism over his 2022 Leaf Metal Soccer and faces some harsh criticism. Cody, tell us how this went down. I think there's a letter that went out.
I haven't heard of anything. I haven't even seen this product. So
Maybe we could read this letter and digest the letter before we get into some of the criticism.
Yeah, so it came out, a letter came out after Leaf Metal Soccer, I guess some issues with the marketplace. Here's what the letter said.
Meaning the product was being sold under cost.
Yes, that's what it was.
okay, so that's what the issue is.
Greetings all. We have been closely monitoring the activity in the marketplace on 2022 Leaf Metal Soccer Hobby. It's currently being sold by very weak hands below factory cost. We believe most of these weak hands have exited their inventory and we will be rewarding those who held. With this being said, we know this product will be good. As the young players become the megastars, we know they will. However, we must concede that much like NIL, the consumer doesn't understand the monster value or is too lazy to do the homework. In parentheses, as a side note, these boxes cost us over $300 each to make. There's absolutely zero reason these should trade where they do. Today, we announced a redemption program for the product. Buyers, dealers who open boxes send us the box bottoms for this redemption will receive a very limited sealed box, which features 2 1-of-1 Leaf Metal Soccer slab proofs per box, 1 signed and 1 unsigned. It goes on for details like that. It gains traction on Twitter. A guy that I think we actually referenced one of his tweets a couple weeks ago when he talked about the 1-of-1 Trevor Lawrence's versus 1-of-1 Tom Brady's and how there's a huge discrepancy. Collectibles Guru said, this is, quote, "This is the most unprofessional note ever from Leaf CEO. Unlicensed soccer products with 17 parallels and ugly sticker auto. Stop complaining about lazy customers and look in the mirror."
And
This
I
is
wanted
a
to
bad
stop you there
product.
because I did want to digest 2 things. I think the very weak hands, I took it as a stock market thing. You got diamond hands and
Yes.
you got paper
That's
hands,
what it
right?
means.
So that's what that was referring to, is that dealers.
Oh, I thought it had to do with like actually ripping the packs. Like these packs are just so
It's
hard
like,
to open up, and
I
I'm
can't
like,
even-
been
my-
sitting there just struggling. My hands are too weak.
My hands are weak.
That's why we don't. No.
I mean, it's tough. And I looked at, we have 30 boxes, so we got diamond hands.
We got
apparently.
diamond hand.
Yeah.
We're diamond handing it.
We're holding on to it.
We're-
I think it
So
maybe
the-
has to do with the fact we don't know what to
I
do.
think we're gonna go back about 8 months. We're going to the moon.
I mean, putting out a soccer product that is, I believe the cost, and according to my inventory system, and don't quote me on this, the cost is $400. The retail is
We have
supposed to
how
be
many boxes?
30.
Oh.
3 cases.
I didn't
3
know it was
cases.
400.
Yeah, 400. So
Ouch.
I think that
Hopefully
might be
that's-
the.
hopefully that was a typo.
I think that might be
the.
the issue. Well, no, he's saying it's costing $300 to make, so that goes in line with cost, right?
Okay.
So, but then calling customers lazy,
Product is so good, you just don't even get it.
right?
Yeah.
You just don't even get it.
And you know what? And when you make a product, like he does, I'm sure he has a lot of pride around it. I'm sure it does have all the big names to give him credit. It has Ronaldo, it has Messi, it has Pele, it has Holland, it has, all the guys you could imagine being in a set are in there. The price point's kind of high for something that's, that.
And right now, we've been talking about it for the last, 2 months, and I do think this will change when the World Cup, starts going down. But soccer has been soft. The market has been soft on soccer, as far as like sealed boxes, sealed cases, singles on eBay. It's been soft.
And I think then, like we were just talking about off air, I think this is really going to give the industry a shot. Now, I know we talked about it being slow, but I think with basketball starting and then the World Cup in November, I think there's going to be a lot of buzz around the hobby. I don't know if things will change and going up, but there's definitely going to be people collecting during that time. But I think putting out a product like this at $500, can you blame dealers for selling it under? If you can't sell it at $500, what do you do? We're in a situation where
apparently hold on to it like Mojobreak.
Well, I'm saying we're in a situation where we can hold it. But what if a
All of
guy, a guy's bills are due,
gotta
his
pay
rent's
his
due,
bills.
you know what I mean? And he's got 2 cases and, he's willing to lose $50 a box. Is that his, should you know what I mean? Like, can we?
Can't go to the electric company and give them a couple boxes to keep your electric on.
Like, yeah, there's something to be said that you have to sell these products at what the market is willing to pay for them, right?
Right.
So that.
When did this product come out?
Not sure.
We don't know.
Couple weeks. It's pretty new, I want to say,
Okay,
right? A couple weeks back.
It's been probably about a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of those situations. Do you guys think that Brian Gray should have not came out with this note? Obviously, this was an email, I think, sent to dealers.
I think
that
it
got publicized.
Before we go any further, I think it's worth mentioning how he did sort of dig his heels in here on Twitter. A lot of people were responding, said, with all respect, anyone that knows anything about soccer can look at the checklist and see that this is the greatest soccer checklist of all time. I'm not scared to call a spade a spade. We are giving away $300,000 to support our customers. He goes on. Somebody called out that one of the Lionel Messi Art of Sport cards, the Lionel Messi camp did not like it. He said, we pay for all necessary rights. Keep libeling us. And your rich girlfriend might quit paying for you to act like a big shot, said to somebody. So
Yeah, this is fun.
yeah.
This is fun.
Somebody said you lose your 80% of your money the moment you look at a Leaf product. He says, dumbest post ever. Sorry, but you clearly don't open Leaf. I don't care if you are a troll or a fanboy. I call it like I see it. He did go on to apologize for calling consumers idiots who
My
don't
bad.
know. Yeah, he did post an apology saying I was not referring to consumers when I was saying to his point. I wanted to post to clarify my statement yesterday. When I used the words lazy or not knowledgeable, I was referencing case dumpers primarily, as I don't know why they bought it if they didn't have customers or know the sport. So.
Yeah, that's right. Because the note, like you said, it went out to like dealers and stuff, not to a public forum to where it's talking about customers. So he wasn't necessarily talking about customers. He was saying like these dealers who were selling these products without knowing anything about them is what I'm trying to translate what he's trying to say, like calling them lazy, like because they just dumped the product
but these same dealers would love to sell it for $400 to $500 a box.
Well, and
they would love to sell it
Yeah.
for that much.
Yeah.
Well, he did come out.
But if you can't, you can't.
you
Yeah.
can't.
Exactly.
But he did realize that the market may be a little weak, and he is coming out with that $100. So everybody that has a box of that can turn in the UPC and get $100 value of the 2 1-on-1 Leaf slabs, the 1-on-1 press proofs, right? So he is adding something extra. So that's what he means when he says $300,000, that they went out of their way to spend $300,000 to make the product
How does
better.
that work for somebody who has 30 sealed boxes?
Well, once you open it, you cut out the UPC. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But obviously, Brian Gray is very passionate, and you can see the passion come through. I guess I'd rather have that passion than to just not care. But I also want to see some of these trolls on Twitter. Are they like Leaf's the underdog? Leaf is the underdog. Leaf's the small company involved in this. You've got Fanatics, who's like Walmart, and then you've got Leaf, who's like a mom and pop, right? So, like, you can't hate both ways of doing business, right? You could support the underdog, and then you could support, you can't, I don't know. People just troll everybody at this point.
Yeah, but you don't need to come out and say, you as a consumer, and this is what it sounded like, and I know this is not what he meant, but the optics of it look like you, the consumer, don't understand how great this product is.
Yeah.
Like, you are just not knowledgeable about what I'm producing, is what it, and it's not what he meant, but the optics of it look that way.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Especially if especially if you are like a customer of maybe there are other products that you like. Maybe you're a Pop Century customer. Maybe you're like a Leaf football or basketball guy.
Yeah, I mean, Leaf Trinity.
And he usually finds a way to balance out cases really well. Like, maybe, I don't know, there's probably 4 or 5 case hit guys. Probably every case, and don't quote me on this, is probably going to have one of those main guys in there.
Well, no, like Leaf, if anything, they are the king. Like, they are very good at making sure you're getting the big names in every case.
Yeah. Right. I'm saying if it's not, I haven't opened enough or seen enough case breaks I would assume between Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, and a few other names, there's probably going to be 1, if not 2 in each case, right?
Oh, absolutely. So, if I just have to go based off of what they put out since the last decade of other sport products, they're putting in those big names in every case.
Yeah.
If not twice.
Right. So, and you see that with his football products. You see that with Pop Century. It's all hand-packed, and that's kind of how the MO is. It's a little bit easier to control smaller runs, make sure people get more value and stuff like that. And I know you have your haters on non-license and stuff like that, but that allows him to do things a little bit different. But in terms of soccer, I'm saying right now is probably a good time to buy some singles, good time to buy some wax. World Cup time, we don't know who's going to pop. I'm assuming this is going to be Messi's last World Cup, probably Ronaldo's last World Cup. So, we're kind of heading, and we haven't had a major soccer event since, all this went down in this industry boom. So you may see things go bonkers on the soccer market.
So we're getting a World Cup next summer.
No, this winter.
This winter.
Yeah, November.
In 50 days.
Yeah.
This Christmas.
I was just at the friendly for the Mexico-Colombia. There were 67,000 people at Levi last night.
Yeah, Gabe was there too.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, that's what got me all pumped up for soccer. It's like, actually, that was my first in-person soccer. It was actually 2 countries, so it wasn't like Earthquakes or MLS. It was, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not taking a dig.
Man,
But like,
I love going to an Earthquakes game.
USA.
But it was like louder. It was honestly louder than any football game I've ever been to in my life.
Look, I'm sorry I got to play the part of true red-blooded American here, but, if Team USA is playing a big match and Sunday Night Football's on, I know what I'm watching.
If it's a World Cup.
You won't have to worry about that because I don't know what the time difference is, but you're going to be watching the USA game. You're probably going to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Let me put it even more bluntly. Let's say there's a 10 a.m. I don't know what the local time difference is, but let's say there's a 10 a.m. kickoff and Team USA is also playing, and it's 10 a.m. kickoff of, I don't know, Detroit versus Jacksonville. I am tuning into Detroit versus Jacksonville.
Okay, Cody.
I'm sorry if that makes me a bad American.
I need your American card right now.
What? Because I chose to watch American football?
Team USA, man.
USA.
I don't even care to watch Team USA. I want to watch Portugal. I want to watch Brazil.
If it's a Rams playing, then yeah, I'm gonna pick the Rams over.
Right.
But if it is probably any other football game, I think, and it's a World Cup game.
Yeah, World Cup's
I think I'm going. The USA team I will watch. I don't know if I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tune into Portugal, Spain.
Our founding fathers didn't fight.
That'll be fun, but
for card collectors, there's a lot of storylines at play. France, Mbappe. You've got Portugal, Ronaldo. You got Argentina, Messi. You've got all the Neymar for Brazil. You've got all these players that are now on their country teams that we've seen rookie cards.
Didn't name any USA players.
Chris Pulisic. Yeah, which I probably don't say his name right, but
Landon Donovan.
Tim Howard? Is that he's still
Tim
playing? right?
Howard, no.
No?
I don't
No,
think
he-
so.
I think he
No
retired.
way.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
old.
I think
Not
he-
playing anymore.
I think he was old the last World Cup.
Yeah, that's probably.
what's that guy? What's that goalie? Stan Miola or Stan the goalie from the 80s?
Tony Miola.
Tony Miola. Yeah, he's gonna be out there in his 60s.
I'd like to
blocking some goals.
I'd like to apologize to any soccer fans listening to
No,
the
you
podcast.
said it. You said it. You don't have to go back. You don't have to backpedal.
No, just in general for us to be like, is this a guy? Is that a guy?
That guy.
No, I mean, I think this year taking the World Cup, you could actually you could just not go to bed. You could probably like maybe F1's on at 3 a.m, and then you got soccer at 6 a.m.
Are
and then
you going to
got-
get up at 3:00 in the morning to watch a live soccer game?
maybe depending on the
Am I
matchup?
tripping or is I know I thought World Cups are usually in the summertime.
Usually in
But
the
it's in
summer.
Qatar,
Yeah, but-
and it's like 175
Yeah,
degrees
I would.
out there. In
I'd
summer.
tune in for that.
Yeah.
130 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they're
because
playing
of-
in an area that's so
because of
hot.
the site. They're
Yes.
doing it on a different.
Yes, yeah, you're right. It usually is summertime.
And then in 2026, it will be in the North Americans.
I know. We're going to a
America.
bunch of those ones.
The North Americans. Our beautiful
It'll be
North
in
Americans.
the North Americans.
And go buy your Bo Bichette cards that are from the Dodgers. No, I don't have a teleprompter, so.
Yeah, we actually just come up with everything on the fly.
Yes.
That's why the quality of the show is so good.
I felt, you know what? On a side note, I really did feel bad for Jeff. He was getting a lot of hate on that. Jeff Wilson was doing his top 5 picks of like who to invest in. It was like he's like number 3, Bo Bichette from the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are primed for the playoffs, and he's just reading it, and people are like, he's on the Blue Jays. He's like, I knew that, but I was reading the script and
Blue
I'm
team.
sorry.
Blue team.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Blue
I get
team.
it. I mean, we had a
Wait, did it say Dodgers on the teleprompter,
must have.
or did
It
he
must
just
have.
or
So it could have been. I mean, that guy probably got fired.
so
whatever.
the
Yeah.
prompt whoever was writing in the teleprompter messed up.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I think. I mean, there was a TV behind him, right?
Yes.
That had a picture of.
To me,
Bo
it just,
Bichette.
it just all I could think of is
Yes.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yo, well, I will say
Put it on
this,
the prompter
because
My mind went somewhere else. I went with like, there's a plane crash today. Holy
Oh.
fook, and
Oh,
the,
right,
you know.
yeah.
like, because I'll mess things up on our live stream when I'm just opening up cards. I'll say the wrong team sometimes, and then
That's-
people will correct me in the chat room, and I get it. It
But
happens.
that show isn't done live. So there
No,
was
that's pretty
there was post production there that it also slipped through, and they were like,
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
like it. We don't have to do that one over again.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I mean, he's pumping out a lot of content.
That's pretty hilarious.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done it before here, but we do it. Well, we don't do it live
See,
anymore.
and
but
that's why you can't get too famous in this hobby, because people will literally
Take a small thing.
Yeah. I mean, you could be 99.9%, but that 0.1%,
well,
man, that
he had
mistake.
he had to come out on Twitter and like he was apologizing. I'm like,
You don't
there's
need to
no reason to
apologize, man.
apologize, man.
I'm
Like
not
you made a mistake. It is what it is. You're human. Everybody needs to just move on.
This morning, I said DK Metcalf of the Steelers on the very first break of the day. I'm usually not breaking in the morning. I said DK Metcalf for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I went about my day, and then somebody was there. You mean the Seahawks, right? I
No,
was
you're like,
oh,
you're all,
yeah,
you're all,
traded.
no, you're all, I'm looking into the future. I think I think he'll be a Steeler. That's what I'm
So
going with.
I mean, unfortunately-
I did that this morning.
Unfortunately, Bo Bichette going to the Dodgers feels like something that will inevitably happen.
that
so-
probably will happen.
It might happen. Sounds like it. And then he'll be like, I'm right. He'll come back out, and then it'll be like
True.
the video, and all will be right in the world.
So I guess for that, I'd say please sign Trey Turner instead. So,
But that, you know, something like that, I know we're getting
off.
off topic on this, but something like that shows you kind of how kind of slow the news reels are on the hobby right now. I think next week we're going to pick up with the summit.
This is the slowest week for breaking news that I've seen in a while. We have no controversy. I mean,
yeah, not to. We just talked about it for a whole segment, but yeah,
I don't
we
even
just,
know.
We just talked about
what
Brian
did-
Gray Twitter
we
controversy.
talked about
for an
Brian
entire
Gray, and then we
segment.
talked about the great logo fractor.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Earth-shattering.
We're trying to get through this 45 minutes here.
Well, maybe we could do score football checklist and go over that thing.
Yeah.
Guys, there's a great show going on in Las Vegas, October 6th through the 8th. We're proud to be a sponsor. Not that you need another reason to go to Vegas. I mean, there's so many things in Vegas that are amazing things to do. But this card show, you want to head over to LasVegasCardShow.com to get your tickets. And it's over at the Expo, which is 435 South Grand Central Parkway in Las Vegas, right off the Fremont Strip, right close to Circa, which is an amazing place to watch some football games. Head on over. I mean, these guys are doing it big. So many things going on. There's a trade night. We've got October 6th is when it starts. So there's a VIP entrance at 12. And then you got October 7th, 11 a.m. is when it starts for VIP as well. PWCC. We've got Ludex. We got Coffee Breakers. Drip's going to be in the house. There's going to be a way to get in a free National Treasures break with us there as well. And you got some of the cards that are at this place, phenomenal. So we'll get into that too, because I think a lot of times when you're, looking to go to a show, you don't know what possibly is there for you to buy. And there's just some phenomenal card shows. The show is sold out. There's over 400 tables, 96,000 square feet, 13,000 people at capacity. So there shouldn't be any lines. I know we saw recent lines at shows where people are waiting out in the sun for hours. Should not be any lines here. 7,000 worth of VIP prize giveaways, including an 86 Fleer Jordan. $5,000 worth of prize giveaways for general admission. Huge breaks all weekend, including a $10,000 vintage Pokemon box by the Card Plugs with a Z. Meet and greet UFC superstar Brandon Moreno and Matt Schnell. What do you know about those guys, C-Rad?
Well, Brandon Moreno just came off a pretty close loss, but he was the former champion at flyweight. So he's I think they're having a trilogy fight soon. So Brandon Moreno is one of the top names in UFC right now.
So that is awesome. You also got the legend Earl Campbell of the Houston Oilers / Tennessee Titans if you're getting in on breaks. The trade night is going to be at an 8,000 square foot venue, 16 floors overlooking downtown Vegas. 100 tables for trading, cash bar, free food, and early access for VIPs for that. So you've got everything that you need in a card show. PSA and SGC are going to be taking submissions there. On-site autograph authenticating by PSA. On-site authentication by Mike Baker. If you want to get the little diamond on the card, you can do that as well. So lots of stuff going down in Vegas. And I believe the Raiders are actually playing Monday night that week. So
wow, I didn't realize that.
So there's not going to be a Vegas game, Raider game to go to. So you can fly in over the weekend, go to the game after that. So lots of great stuff. I wanted to highlight some of these cards that we've got. So Big Capital, he's going to be located next to PWCC. SPN 3 is where you're going to find him. He's got this Mickey mantle. This Mickey mantle is amazing. It's something that I want. I know Mickey mantles have been going up in value, but as you can see here, it's the SGC 30. That is a phenomenal card. We've been trying to get one of those for a while.
Trying to get one.
Is that your Grail card? Is it getting a mantle? Is that
yeah?
Is that when you stop collecting?
Can't buy it right now.
Can't buy it. Why not?
It's a little too high right now.
Too much out of your price range.
It's out of everybody's price range.
Maybe you sell your car. You can get
no,
you sell it.
Get like a little piece of the corner, maybe.
Piece of it.
I can't get the whole card.
I don't know if these go down. I know the rumors because of the mantle. The price of the 9.5 that just went for sale elevated the rest. There's not a big pop report on these, so I don't know if they ever go down. To be honest,
yeah, I think they'll go down a little. I don't think they're gonna plummet by any means, but I think they're gonna go down a little bit. You'd be buying right now at the absolute hype.
Yeah,
it's a good thing we call the show the hype.
Yeah, what's crazy to think about that, man, real quick, is it the peak because the economy and the card market in general are down? So is it really the peak? I'm with Doug. I think this card doesn't go around.
I don't think so. I mean, as you look at the pop reports, there's just not a lot of made. I mean, Cyberger dumped a bunch in the river, so that helped.
All right, I'm going right now. I'm going to get it.
2018 Josh Allen RPA. This is also big capitals. This guy's going to have these cards at his booth, along with the RPA of Ja Morant's, which, it might be a good time to buy Ja Morant heading into the season. I mean, The Grizzlies are poised for probably a bigger season, even though they talk crap about the Warriors. Ja Morant out of the 1920 rookie class, fantastic design. And then VTV Sports Cards, man, I was on his Instagram. He's going to be located next to PWC as well. And he has this 2009 Mike Trout blue, which is ridiculous, as you guys can see on the screen there. Blue Mike Trout. I don't even want to know what that goes for. We have a base one that we gave Dan's finger for. I think that's why he only has 4 fingers on one of his hands. We have the regular one, and it's that card is insane. And Mike Trout, how many games did he miss this year? He still has how many home runs?
Missed about 30 games, and he's going to finish the year probably with about 40 home runs. So pretty good player.
How many games out of the playoffs?
Not good.
Good.
But he still is the face of the hobby. I don't even care what Aaron Judge does this year.
I think he's
Mike Trout is the face of the hobby.
face of
And he
baseball?
collects cards. Does Aaron Judge collect cards?
He does collect cards.
Quick answer.
He does collect cards.
He also has a 2017 Patrick Mahomes, which I know is C-Rad's favorite quarterback of all time here, and it's the flawless version, as you can see on the screen there. Beautiful design, 9.5 gem mints, and one of my favorite designs for flawless in general. I think that was a great year for designs. You got Christian McCaffrey that way as well.
Look clean.
Very clean design, and you can see the Trout that I showed there. And he has the 2000 playoff contenders, Tom Brady, BGS 910, 9 on the grade and 10 on the auto. And those are becoming more rare. And I think we've talked about those in prior shows. That's one that I think is way undervalued is the Brady, because there's nobody going to ever top Brady.
Nobody.
And that's the modern day grail for football cards.
For football, yeah.
So got some great
Might be-
cards there.
I could argue that's the modern day grail just for sports cards.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know baseball has that like kind of draw to old school, mantle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but for
modern-
football,
modern.
Just to refresh, this sounds like it's going down in Old Vegas, like Fremont
yeah,
Street.
exactly. So
So if you haven't been to Fremont Street, Vegas, you're missing out.
and they've actually kind of redid that a little bit. You have the addition of Circa.
Super fun.
You've got the overhead. You're wearing the shirt.
I mean, I wasn't gonna promote it, but I mean, if you're looking for pretty much the best pizza,
The best pizza.
maybe the best pizza
On the West Coast?
on the West Coast.
It's real good.
It is really good.
Evil Pie. It's right. I mean, it's walking
Distance to the show.
It's I mean, I would be there every day.
Get a pie, not the slice.
Yeah.
Got to
Get
get
a
a
whole
full
pie.
pie. Got to get a full pie.
And this is a pizza guy. This is like, there's,
Well, I mean, I'm
there's
not a
Portnoy,
pizza guy.
There's Portnoy, and then there's Dan.
No,
I mean, literally. I mean, he's an official grader. C-Rad's his apprentice.
One pizza.
so
Everyone knows the rules.
I'm minor leagues, man. I'm minor leagues.
So, yeah, you can get a pie, get some cards. Then G7 has this National Treasures Burrow, which I don't know if we pulled. I feel like we pulled that one, too. I don't know. There's some redemptions we pulled.
There's that red laundry tag. There's like 5 versions, so we probably did pull one.
We might have pulled one. So it's a 1-1 laundry tag. Joey B just got his first win of the season. Probably going to get a win on Thursday night against Miami, because Miami's not going to win 4 in a row.
Nah.
I mean, it's not going to
We'll
happen.
talk about it.
So I don't think it's going to happen. Burrow's, they figured it out. Joe Burrow, G7's going to have the Burrow. He's also going to have the Herbert Green Wave, which is, obviously a top grade there. 10-10. It is leaf metal. We just talked about leaf metal, but it's a pristine 10 black label Justin Herbert. So probably one of the more affordable cards on this whole list.
Yep.
And that's your second favorite quarterback, right? You got Mahomes, and then you have Herbert, right?
Yeah.
Those are your top 2.
Well, in terms of the AFC West, they're like the 3rd and 4th best quarterback, but yeah, they're all right.
Wow, that's a bold statement. And then we've got to mention this one, which is probably my favorite out of the bunch, just because I love cut autos. It's owned by Las Vegas Cardstock, so find them out there if you're interested. It's a trifold booklet cut auto out of National Treasures of Roberto Clemente, Jackie Robinson, and Joe DiMaggio.
Amazing.
And check out that thing. I'll zoom in here for us on the show. You're seeing it on your guys' screen. Jackie, Joe, and Bobby Clemente. And really clean autos on all of those.
You're just not going to find stuff like that very often.
That's probably the more eye-appealing one to me. And I don't usually like book cards, but just having those legends. I mean, what do you miss? And obviously the answer is Babe Ruth, but that is a piece of history, Cody, right, when it comes to a baseball fan?
That's an incredible card. Just to be able to even hold that thing would be, like, out of this world. Those 3 guys. I mean, like, 3 of the most iconic guys to ever play the sport.
Yep. And so those are, I mean, I'm sure there's even bigger cards on display at the card show, but I asked Dakota to give me some photos of some cards, and he snapped these up real quick. And that's just an example of what's going to be going down. Not only you get a free break from us, a chance at a free spot at National Treasures Basketball, you get all the giveaways. You're in Vegas, so we'll actually be in Vegas too. So, and, lots of fun stuff going down Vegas for the next few weeks, actually. Well, there's always fun stuff going down in Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas for a couple. What'd you say? A couple weeks.
You're going there for a couple. You
That's
live in
like-
Vegas.
That's like that's news to
I'm
me.
all-
There's a bit of
what?
shock
Well,
in
what
Dan's
happened?
voice there.
But yeah, lots of fun stuff. And check it out.
I always say Vegas is a 2 to 3 day trip.
Yeah.
You get over that. You get over 2 to 3 days. It starts
Gets
getting a little wacky. Is the best way to I think put it. Gets a little wacky. You start counting down the days until you check into your flight and go home.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But LasVegasCardShow.com for your tickets. Kids 12 and under are free, by the way. So if you're thinking about heading out there with your kids and you happen to be already in the area, you can bring them in. You know, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff to do for the kids. You know, kids love going through those boxes and finding cards or even ripping wax. So there's going to be plenty of that on display there as well. All right, guys, it is time for another episode of Mojobreak Blitz Week 4 edition. We're licking our wounds. At least I am. C-Rad's really licking his wounds. I think he lost a couple arms over the weekend.
No, I'm used to it.
Yeah, that is true. That is the expectation of a Raiders fan. But we've got some stars to talk about. We've got Is It Time to Panic? And then we're going to make our picks as this wild and wacky year of the NFL goes on.
Yeah, so let's start as we always do, highlight some guys from last week that we liked in the card world on the field. I just want to come every week until further notice, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the show, guy who's the best player in the NFL right now. I'm going to just keep putting Lamar Jackson in week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Justin Herbert.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no, not
I'm all. This is getting ridiculous,
No,
man.
no. We're not. No, we're not keeping that alive right now.
38
I'm
to
sorry.
10?
I have accepted reality. Lamar Jackson right now is the most exciting, the most talented player in the NFL. I think I saw something that was the most bringing fantasy football into the fold. The top 5 fantasy football players this year. Number 1 is Lamar Jackson. Number 5 is Lamar Jackson if he had 0 rushing yards, which is pretty good. He's pretty good, guys.
He's pretty good. Yeah. He's doing it at the right. He's doing the Aaron Judge, right? He's like, I'm going to perform out of my mind at the perfect time for just to get an absolute insane payday.
Yes, man is gonna get paid.
Pomona.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Who knows?
He's gonna get paid.
Yeah, I worry about the usage, though. There's a lot of miles going on those legs. Can he do it all season? I mean, the guy you can't just – I mean, he's like, you know, I don't remember that old Bugs Bunny. You know, Bugs Bunny was playing every position. That's what Lamar Jackson is doing right now, is he's playing every single position. I'm surprised he's not out there kicking the ball for field goals and extra points, punting the ball, too. It's like just the whole thing.
I think
it's out there. It's Jim Harbaugh as well, or John Harbaugh.
The thing that gave me a lot of faith this weekend was seeing that, like, he didn't have a ton of passing yards, but when he was throwing, I saw a lot more pocket presence. I saw some great touch passes. Like, I saw all of the things that people have been saying, oh, Lamar can't do this. He was doing against New England.
But I still feel like the card market, I go on Twitter, nobody's talking about it.
I think you have a mix of, the kind of the recurring theme of the show. Things are dipping a little bit at the moment.
Dip.
There you go. Thank
You
you.
dip.
An excuse to show the shirt.
Why you dip?
Things have dipped a little bit right now, but I think as time goes on, thank you, time goes on, things are going to correct themselves here, especially as, you know, we saw last week. I'm not saying, like, sell your Josh Allen cards, but, like, yeah, Josh Allen had a bit of a down game. So things will sort of correct themselves, I think, going forward. And I think the people will value Lamar properly going forward in a little bit.
And I noticed you got Marquise Brown here, too, which is a
14
guy that
catches.
was highly targeted.
14 grabs.
And it's
last
because
week.
of the scrub secondary of the Rams.
Okay.
You got one guy out
okay.
there.
And
Okay.
yeah, they
Okay.
allowed this
Okay.
guy.
And anybody else watch the Rams game? The full game.
Watch the
not
Red
highlights
Zone.
on Red Zone or anything. I was sitting there.
Well, they
When
weren't
Kyler
televised.
gets, I will say, when Kyler gets in on a guy, he gets like tunnel vision. Like the same would happen with D-Hop, and now it's happening with Marcus.
So
Brown.
AJ Green went out early in the game.
Yeah, he did get hurt.
So they basically it was Marquise Brown and then a bunch of who's.
I got Zach Ertz out there.
all the who's down
tight
in
end,
Whoville.
tight end, but yeah, Greg Dortch, number 2.
Who?
Great, yeah. So
Probably been an easy number 2 on the Rams.
the Rams,
Cooper Kupp and who else? Nobody.
what you guys would do to have Allen
I was
Robinson
about
right
to
now?
say.
We got Brandon Ayuk. He's 10 times a better player.
Okay, man.
Well,
like-
what I'd give that Matt Stafford right about now. Let's be honest.
So the Rams secondary banged up. They basically only had one starter in there, Jalen Ramsey, who is the best at what he
He was
does.
playing really well.
they were attacking. We had a rookie corner who was actually starting his first game. They were attacking him. Marquise Brown's, like, it was the only thing they really can do in that game is to do quick passes to him, hoping that he would break one. He had a good game. 14 catches, good, but they were glorified handoffs at some point.
I agree. I'm definitely not buying his cards.
Yeah, it was literally the only move they had.
Yeah.
Was basically
The dice roll.
The dice roll.
It looks great on a stat sheet, but you're right.
Yeah,
You're
you would
watching
think
it.
you if you didn't watch the game and you would look at Marquise Brown's stats, you'd be like, man, this guy, he's gonna be a Pro Bowler. But no, it was basically created with the circumstance of like the Rams secondary being pretty banged up.
Well, then I think let's shift over to two 2021 rookies, but a guy specifically Devontae Smith, who I think definitely the opposite here, where this guy, we've been kind of waiting for that big game this season, and he had it last week with the Eagles, and the Eagles right now, incredibly talented young roster.
Yeah.
One of the most, especially if you're in for the hobby, having him and Jalen Hurts together. To me is a very exciting.
Yeah, he
prospect.
made a great catch. I think somebody dropped him on their fantasy team.
So
this week.
I drafted him, and you're talking about I drafted him and I dropped him for the great Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill wild card. Wow,
Yeah,
you never know.
wild card.
You never wild card, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to drop Taysom Hill this week, and for whatever reason, able to pick up Devontae Smith again. So I don't know. There's people in my league who obviously don't know what they're doing.
All's well that ends well.
I mean, Doug could have picked him up, but Doug has he needs a lot of help.
I picked up Khalil Herbert.
He's not a receiver away from being. He's 0-3. I have over 100 points more than he has, and I'm like middle of the pack.
But I have 6 championships.
So,
in that league over 14 years. So,
yeah,
you can't win them all.
you may not win a game.
I may not. I know. Justin Jefferson sucks. My first overall pick. My first pick at pick 8. But I know C-Rad's like literally foaming at the mouth to talk about Mr. Trevor Lawrence. He came into Charger Stadium and basically just destroyed the Chargers on their home field.
He did.
Yep. Nicer hair than Herbert. Like, what can I say?
Is it the rib cartilage thing? Because that was.
Fractured rib. He's got a fracture.
It's a fractured rib cartilage.
You put Trevor Lawrence on that Chargers team. Oh.
But they did.
I'm not
Joey
saying-
Bosa
I'm
did
not
go out
saying
early.
Trevor Lawrence is better than Justin Herbert.
I gotcha.
But I'm not saying it either. Like I'm not saying it, but
Look, I love Herbert. I love Justin
We didn't know
Herbert. Yes, we all know that it's now the running gag or whatever you want to call it on the show this season.
I don't know what they call Chargers fan base.
Bolt
but
up, apparently.
Bolt up. Are
Bolts.
you're part of the
Bolt
Bolt Up
up.
family?
There's nobody bolting.
fine.
There's no bolting up.
I've gotten
anybody.
this far.
Like a drill? Or?
Hashtag Bolt Up
there-
family.
There's nobody bolting up in America. They literally have no fans.
Is that like a Gatorade
They have no
drink?
real fans in America.
No, yeah, absolutely. There are no.
There's Justin Herbert fans,
Yes.
but there's no San Diego Charger fans.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no San Diego Charger fans
Yeah.
anymore. That's for sure.
Is there
They don't
more?
play in San
Is there
Diego.
more Charger fans in San Diego right now than in LA?
I would like to know
Hell
because
yeah.
I think
Yeah, right.
I think the general consensus when they left San Diego, I think a lot of tell me if any San Diegans are listening in the audience, but I felt like the general vibe was good riddance then.
Get outta here.
Get out of here. Go Pods. And they packed that place, to their credit. Petco Park is actually getting packed now, so they've clearly shifted their attention.
Before they left, they were still playing
They're
in
very popular.
Qualcomm.
Yeah, terrible place. Absolutely awful. The worst stadium in football.
Bro,
It was
the
just
only-
saying a lot.
The only thing you need to know about Chargers fandom is the pandemic draft where they had to find fans to put on the TV screens
Yeah.
behind the commissioner.
Yeah.
And then when it was time for the Chargers to draft, there was like 3 people on those TVs, like, yeah,
Yeah.
like when you see any other team,
They
it was like,
left
packed
San
all
Diego
over the team.
all
They were wearing Padre stuff.
left San
They weren't
Diego
even wearing Charger stuff.
all goodwill from that city
Somebody's down
left
the
with
street,
it.
man.
So.
Hey, do you want to be on TV as a Charger fan?
But
yeah.
enough about my Bolts. Trevor Lawrence.
your
Hey, they
Bolts.
beat the Raiders.
Trevor Lawrence. I'll just say it right now. It's the guy of the 2021 QBs I believed in the most going into the season. And I just feel like it's such a slam dunk right now, 3 weeks in, and I know there's a lot that can happen. But to me, it's such a slam dunk that Trevor Lawrence is going to be a guy in Jacksonville.
And first overall pick worked out. It was the right choice. I mean, I think matched with the coaching, matched with the young talent they have.
Yep.
That rookie they got this year is lighting it up out there on the defense. What's his name?
Trayvon Walker.
Yeah, Trayvon Walker, which was kind of a weird pick because everybody thought they were going Aiden Hutchinson, and they went with him. I mean, and ETN's getting in the mix. Robinson's having a huge season so far.
Very good, yeah.
He's who's he throwing to out there?
Christian
too?
Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Maybe
Doing
it
really
doesn't
well.
look like a bad signing. Yeah, it looked like it was a little expensive.
Laviska Shenault is not there.
No, he is not.
And Shark's not there
Laviska Shenault is not there.
Ingram is there from New York, the tight end.
Oh, Evan Ingram.
I
like him.
Again, they did all these moves that we all laughed at, and I laughed at.
I
in the
feel
offseason.
Marvin Jones.
I think he may be gone now, but he may. I don't know. I'm not entirely
I
sure.
think
if
Marvin.
he's still
They have some guys who can catch the
They
ball.
made all of these like marginal upgrades. Obviously, upgraded at head coach, going from Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson is like night and day.
Great name.
Thank you.
Urban?
But, right.
That's what I mean.
But I mean, that's the consensus too. Is it's like, oh, there's an actual adult in the room. Which boy, Urban Meyer is probably never going to have another NFL job if
I don't
that's
think so.
the consensus. But yeah, I'm all aboard the Jacksonville bandwagon and the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon right
Biggest
now.
surprise, Jacksonville right now.
Gotta be
Second biggest surprise, Detroit. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Miami.
the fact that they're staying competitive. They should have won that
Miami
game.
probably.
Miami being this good.
Is there
crazy.
anybody who's not kind of a closet Lion fan right now?
Oh, there's a team you have to root
Like
for.
everybody I talk to is like, I want the Lions to win. If the Lions are not playing my team, I'd like to see them win.
I agree with that. I think
do.
most people feel that
I
way.
think that's a good statement.
I think that's a fair.
People are going to be
assessment.
dusting off those 2016 boxes, chasing Jared Goff again.
Yeah.
But I was going to make a point, or ask you guys a question for you guys out there. You can comment on the video here too. Is would you rather buy? And I don't know the numbers here, but like, would you rather buy one Trevor Lawrence or 7 or 8 Devontae Smiths?
Which one, Trevor?
One Trevor.
Yeah.
And I think Devontae's probably his market's going to do pretty well here because we've seen receivers do a lot better, especially in the last couple of years. But Trevor, if he can like turn it around, if that team, like, there's no reason that team shouldn't win the AFC South. Honestly, that division is terrible.
One last question: would you rather buy 2 Lamar Jacksons or 1 Trevor Lawrence? That's about the going rate.
Two Lamars.
It's just I think he's that old man news. You know,
Two
it's like
Lamar
4
Jacksons.
years ago.
I mean,
Two Lamars.
he's having he's
One
won
Super Bowl and
he's
it's
won an MVP.
Yep.
And you could make an argument that he's definitely the most dynamic player at his position right now.
Time to panic on what? What are we panicking on?
Well-
I'm not panicking. Are you panicking?
Where's the whole Niners team?
Are we panicking?
Well, there's that.
The team photo.
Wait, is that a Patriot photo of Jimmy Garoppolo?
That's we have been in those waters already. We don't, the Niners look like a mess on Sunday night. We know.
I'll say it again.
I get it.
Say it again.
But
Won't look like a mess on Monday.
I think obviously
We're
the
a Monday
big
team.
the big hobby news this weekend. The big thank you. We're better on Monday.
Here we are.
The big panic, I think, in the hobby, obviously, we talked about Trevor Lawrence. We're feeling good about him, but Mac Jones gets hurt. High ankle sprain. It looks like he's going to be out for a while. And even before that, I was looking up his stats. I think he's got the 3rd lowest QB rating in all of football, and the only 2 guys ahead of him were Trey Lance, who's been hurt and only threw like 30 passes or something, and Justin Fields, who they won't let him throw the ball. So Mac Jones wasn't looking that good to begin with, and then he gets hurt.
Who is starting for
Where
the
are we at?
Patriots?
I don't even know.
I know it's
Bailey
one.
Zapp.
Is it Brian Hoyer?
No, it is.
shocked.
No,
Drew
you're right.
Bledsoe.
No, you're right. No, that guy.
Is it Bailey Zapp?
Yes.
That's a rookie.
Bye.
No, is it a rookie?
No.
Yeah, Bailey Zapp's a rookie.
No.
He's a
Yes.
rookie.
No,
He
he.
got drafted.
been-
Bye.
It can't be him.
No, I
What
think it is.
about Stidham?
It's not.
He's on another
I don't
team.
Stidham can't be there yet.
He's on the
Is it
Raiders,
all
isn't he?
right?
I have no idea.
I'm not joking when I say, is it Brian Hoyer? I thought
no.
Brian Hoyer was there.
They
No.
bring
it
a
is.
lot of people.
That-
from
he's
the-
on the
No,
depth chart.
Brian Hoyer.
Bailey Zapp is the 3rd, but they're not going to start Bailey Zapp over Brian Hoyer. Come on now.
Yes, Mac Jones. This comes from CBS Sports. Bill Belichick confirms Brian Hoyer will start against the Packers.
Well, today it says Brian Hoyer will be
Slam
Patriots
the
starter
Packers
versus
this
Packers
week.
if Mac Jones can't play.
Well, he's not playing.
betting the house.
We know
on the
he's not
Packers.
playing.
Well, this was 6 hours ago.
Now, so here's the other thing that if you are heavily investing in
They're
Mac,
saying day by day on Mac Jones.
which is crazy because then I saw a report that said that Mac Jones and his camp are like, no, I'm not day by day. I need to be out for like 2 months.
Okay, well, this is Belichick being Belichick.
Yeah.
He says, day by day, what do I look like, a doctor? He says, an orthopedic surgeon, question mark?
Mr.
I don't
Personality.
know. Talk to medical experts. What's probably, do I look like a doctor? What do you think? I read the MRI? That's not my job.
Man, that guy's been really bitter since Tom left him, huh?
Yeah.
I don't read the MRIs around the Green Bay.
You know it's time to panic, though, on Justin Jefferson, man. My fantasy team is in dire straits. And what's going on, Kirk? What happened week 1? Came out and said it was easy. He came out and said it was easy. The Packers weren't even covering him.
I know people are panicking on him, but like you can't go nearly 200 yards receiving in your first week and then be like, well, 2 weeks
What
later
happened?
I'm panicking. I'm not panicking, but
trade
people are, and I'm just not buying.
No, I don't want him. Actually,
First of all, they played 2 really tough teams back
yeah,
then.
it's 2 weeks. I mean, it's 2 weeks. It's fine. It's 2 weeks.
All right,
Relax.
I need him this week.
Yeah, they play the Eagles, which if we go back to week 1 of this Blitz episode, I said the Lions and the Eagles are going to be really good, guys. And then those are the last 2 teams that the Vikings just played. The
Lions
Vikings and the Eagles.
should be
Or
2-1.
the Eagles and the Lions. And now they beat the Lions, but it took a fourth quarter comeback to beat them. Like they were losing the entire game.
And Lions should have won that game.
Lions should have won that game.
After the game, they said no. That's on me. That was
Look
not a
back
good. They lost that game. The Vikings did not win it. I guess if we wanted to play.
How many points did he get you this weekend?
Nah, it was like 2 or 3.
Not enough. Man, speaking of fantasy, like we are playing each other this week in the league that we've been in a long time. Since 2017, you completely have dominated me.
Yeah.
Like I actually
yeah.
looked. I had lost like 7 or 8 like games in a row against him. I actually the last game I just beat you. I broke the streak. But it's because our thing has a whole history on it.
Yep.
You're 18-9 against me in like
Wow.
the history of that league.
I'm your daddy.
So yeah, I mean it's.
Shout out, Daddy.
But now I'm on a winning streak because I won one.
That's right.
So
I'm due though. I've been.
I mean your
scoreless.
team's terrible.
It's pretty bad.
It's terrible.
And I'm playing Cody, I think, in the Yahoo League
Yep.
this week.
He's been your
So.
shower
And just
My
have to-
shower daddy.
What?
Yeah, have to come back after an embarrassing loss. So we'll see.
Well, I had a squeak out win, so see if I
Yeah.
can get lucky again.
I know it's not the same stakes with Mac Jones in terms of card market and investment, but Russell Wilson, I know he's 2-1, but like does not look
looks
good
bad.
doing it.
He
looks like he got a lot of money.
He looked
He
like
doesn't
Russell
care.
Wilson at the end of the game.
Not really.
He
He
did.
started looking better.
He
You're
did.
right.
He looked
Yeah.
like the Russell Wilson that has dominated the Niners for pretty much the last decade.
But you can't. But again, that's 5
Bill's
good minutes
good,
of football.
baby.
5 good minutes of football.
Bill's
But
good.
I will say this too. Like I also think when he starts, they're gonna at some point put it together with Russell Wilson. Like he's gonna
He's
like
gonna
they're
cook.
they're gonna get better. That offense is gonna get a lot better with Wilson in
with Sutton and Judy, like they are going to be good. They're going to be good.
there. I just think they don't have. There's no chemistry there at all.
Who do they got this week?
I
Anyone
think
know
they
off
got the
top
Raiders, right?
Yep.
it the Raiders?
Sunday afternoon.
Well.
I'm gonna bring luck to the Raiders. We're gonna win our first one. After what I saw on Sunday, I'm very confident.
I'm not encouraged for if you're looking to get like Russell Wilson back on track. To me, that's a game where Raiders need to get back on track, and it's in Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't
a
feel
win.
good about that game. I think that's a Raider win.
But the Broncos are 2-1, right?
They're 2-1,
sitting pretty
but
good.
they should be like
They're-
0-3. They're
in
not
should be.
good.
They're in first place.
They lost to the Seahawks.
First place.
They're in
love
first
it.
place.
Yeah.
And then Najee Harris, has he just been? I haven't really. I mean,
Nothing.
I will tell you, we've been talking about the AFC West being the best division in football.
They've actually been one of the
Doesn't
worst.
It's
look
actually
like it.
pretty much been one of the worst.
Been bad.
It's been like none of those teams have really stood out. The Colts beating the Chiefs.
Terrible. I mean,
That was tough.
Chiefs didn't do themselves any favors. Travis Kelce literally dropped like 14 points by himself. So they will get right too. They'll be fine, but
I'm concerned that they just don't have the weapons at receiver.
I just think they looked good. They looked
I
fine.
think
The
they're
first couple
going to
weeks.
rely a lot on Travis Kelce, and I don't know if he can handle that type of load.
They should have won in Indianapolis. I'm not. That's a team that doesn't.
Out of these 4 guys, who do you guys think would be if you had to buy a card today? Who you buying?
Of the panic list of the week
Of
4
the time to panic list.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, Russell Wilson.
I'm still buying
Jefferson
Russell
or
all day,
Najee?
dude.
I'm going, dude. Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer.
Russell
But
Wilson.
this is 2012.
I'm going.
Yeah, the floor is not that. The floor for him is not that
Like,
low.
it's ridiculous that I know we're talking cards. It's ridiculous we look at those 4 guys and we're just like, yeah, not going to the guy who basically had an amazing career.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Mediocre.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of
first
Famer.
ballot-
Hall of Famer?
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
His career is
Niner
just like a
fans,
shade
man.
under Steve Young's. I'm not, and I don't say that lightly. He is basically just like
Oh, my God.
a shade under Steve Young.
You guys
I'm
are
sorry.
you guys are discounting
I
the,
agree- I
the
agree
Legion of
with you.
Boom. You're discounting
no,
Marshawn Lynch.
No,
Because look, when he
Russell
lost those
Wilson's
guys,
better than Steve
what
Young.
did he do?
Guess
When
there's
he
a-
lost those guys. He had
there were
nothing.
a whole lot
Russell
of Hall of
Wilson's
Famers
better
in the
than Steve
Legion of
Young
Boom.
easily.
Oh, I
Brady
don't
and
know about
Mahomes.
I mean, I don't disagree with that either, but
I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far, but I will say it's
for anybody
surprisingly
to say that Russell Wilson is not a first ballot Hall of Famer,
not. Is Trent
you
Dilfer?
just-
Is
you
Trent
just-
Dilfer in the Hall of Fame?
You just don't like Trent
Dilfer?
Dilfer.
Yeah. The Ravens won a Super Bowl.
I gotta go break, bro. You guys do this last segment, bro.
Actually, we are going over time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer.
Did
He's
you
Trent
just
Dilfer.
compare Trent Dilfer to Russell
I
Wilson?
did because he won a Super Bowl with a great defense.
I think we should go on to our Week 4 picks, shall we? Yeah.
All credibility with
Yeah,
this
let me do
segment
the
is
picks real quick.
gone.
Then I gotta get to these breaks.
Yeah. All right. Week 4 picks. Who do
Don't
we
buy
got?
good man, Bren.
What I think Doug last week said Jameis is going to go off, which
It
he
was a
did
wild
throw for a
card.
lot of yards. Dan said Russell Wilson. C-Rod was the only one who really got it right with Joe Burrow. C-Rod said Joe Burrow. I said Jared Goff, and Lions almost won.
I mean, that wasn't a stretch. That wasn't my pick. Wasn't a stretch.
No, it wasn't crazy.
Like my pick this week isn't going to be a stretch, and I've said it the last 2-3 weeks too. Zach Wilson.
yeah.
He's gonna
back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with the obviously improved team. He's got to be better than Flacco, right, at this point in his career. So
Flacco's pretty good. He won a Super Bowl too. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is Flacco a Hall of Famer, guys?
Are you trying to compare Flacco to Russell Wilson?
I'm just saying. You guys say, "Oh, you get a one Super Bowl, you're a Hall of Famer."
Flacco better than Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yes. If that's what we're doing.
Russell Wilson might be on the third between those three guys.
oh,
Dude,
come
man,
on.
The amount of hate that Niner fans have towards Russell Wilson is a real
Not even
thing.
that. It's
I
just-
don't like the guy, and you just heard the statement I said about him and Steve Young. He compares favorably. He does. Look at the
Well,
stats.
one's the left-handed quarterbacks, not even the same category.
That's fair. Sorry.
Different era.
Yeah.
Different era.
All right.
I just think we got to give credit to Richard Sherman and
Of course,
Cam Chancellor.
they're Hall of Famers
and
too.
Those guys are definitely Hall of Famers.
You know who
Yes.
carried Steve Young though?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
John
Carried
Taylor.
his
Good
ass.
defense.
Brent Jones.
Joe Montana didn't throw an interception in the Super Bowl, so.
Well, that's Joe Montana.
We're not talking about Joe.
Do we remember when Russell Wilson threw that pick right at the end of the game to the Patriots? To end the game?
Actually, I don't know. The only thing I think of is the look on Richard Sherman's face. That's like all I remember.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we all remember.
that was a good look.
Yeah. Who else we got? So C-Rod saying Zach Wilson. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Man, the whole a whole team.
Sure, whatever. Or someone
play.
to invest in. Or who do we got for a quick flip? Or long term?
This is Pittsburgh is gonna look
whole
like
team.
a legit. I think they are gonna. Unfortunately, it's going against you.
I was about to say. That's against the Jets.
But I think Zach Wilson's gonna need a couple weeks to get, and I think it is a make or break week for Pittsburgh, and I think they're gonna look pretty good.
Oh no, man, Mr. Biscuit. He's just not a. He just doesn't
like
throw
that
the ball accurately.
The thing is, Tomlin's gonna figure it out. Tomlin's gonna basically, if Trubisky is the reason why they're gonna lose the game, then he will basically make it so he's more of a game manager and don't rely on him doing anything. But I'm saying I think Pittsburgh's gonna win decisively. I'm betting on Pittsburgh. I'm gonna be in Vegas. I'm betting on Pittsburgh.
I almost think like, man, if Tomlin was out there, he might be able to throw the ball more accurate than Mitchell Trubisky.
I agree. We need Pickett for the hobby. Let's go. Let's have another bad game for
Let's
Trubisky.
go, Tomlin.
Yeah, honestly.
I think I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson because, for one, the game's at 6:30, and it's a.m. Pacific because it's in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And
6:30 a.m.
6:30
in the
a.m.
morning.
So-
London.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
in London.
London calling.
6:30
I'm not
a.m.
even going to bed Saturday,
I know,
dude. I'm just gonna
I
go
know.
straight to the
Well, my
straight to the
flight's
sports
super
book.
early on Sunday, so I might.
And I think it's going to be a big stage overseas. You got the biggest name out there on the field is Justin Jefferson. I think he's going to get in that huddle and say, "Give me the ball. I'm going to win the game." The Saints have been leaking a little bit of oil on the old offense or on the old defensive side.
Yeah, I think Vikings
So
will blow them out.
I think you're going to see a couple touchdowns, 120 yards from Justin Jefferson. He's going to right the ship for fantasy owners, including myself. And you might see a little bit of a dip in his cards this week. You might
Yep.
see a little bit. Why you dip? And I think you'll see it pick back up this week.
Might not be a bad investment.
I would
opportunity.
only be worried that because it is like not necessarily a primetime game, but like how will Kirk? I'm worried about Kirk Cousins.
So-
It is a primetime game.
It's technically a primetime game. This kind of goes into
not for us, but
Yes.
for them.
This-
Like they're in a whole different new environment, and so I feel like Kirk Cousins will feel some type of pressure.
Kirk Cousins has history in London, by the way.
yeah, I believe
12
we've
hours of
been doing London for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of players have done this travel and figured it out.
See,
in
I
London.
think this is gonna go kind of into my pick. I think this is the perfect Kirk Cousins game. The guy who cannot do it in prime time because all the lights, all the eyes are on him. 6:30 local time here on the West Coast for that
Not
game.
a lot of people watching,
Ain't nobody watching that game. And in fact,
unless you got money on the game.
in 2016, his last time in London, career high 458 passing yards.
Oh yeah, Justin
kind
Jefferson's
of.
about to go off.
that is the most Kirk Cousins stat ever, right
Man,
there.
if you're in Hawaii, it's at 3:30 a.m. Bro.
Yeah,
You're
it's,
getting up.
it's perfect for him. You like that? You like London? Yeah, top of the morning to you. That's
I mean,
not
actually, it's a
London.
good time for the
That's
East
Irish.
Coast, though. 9:30, right? So
Great
you're
time.
East Coast,
Yeah.
get 9:30 game, then you
Get
get the
an
1
extra
o'clock.
early
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I mean, that's 12 plus hours of football on Sunday.
Yeah. My main pick. Well, two guys who are doing revenge games this week. Mahomes and Mahomes and the Chiefs going against Brady. I think Mahomes gets right, and the Chiefs will be fine. The Bucks to me are not an impressive team this year. They've really been.
They've
average.
also have Brady has nobody to throw. it
Brady
to.
has no one to throw to. He'll have Mike Evans. There's also off the field stuff that I think is playing a factor here.
They signed Cole Beasley to the practice squad, and he was out there running routes.
Right.
Like he went straight from the practice squad, gave him a playbook, and he's like, I got this.
Tampa just to me has not been impressive early on, even though they got a winning record. So I think Chiefs will come out. But my big pick is gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars as a whole. Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, Doug Peterson going against the Eagles. Revenge game
That's a good
alert.
game. Yeah.
Jags are gonna win. in
They're gonna
Philly.
knock
They
off.
fired him right after a winning season.
Yes. No, maybe they weren't a winning.
I don't think they were, but it was a couple years
And
after the
not
Super
that
Bowl,
far after
right?
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't think he wanted to be fired.
Revenge game in Philly. Christian Kirk has been solid. I think he has a big game. Trevor Lawrence continues his push towards becoming
That's
a
gonna be a
great
fun one to
QB.
watch.
It's going to be a good game. I think it's an underrated, really
That
good
might
game.
be the best game of the week.
I think Jags are going to win.
I mean, you also this Thursday you have Miami versus Cincinnati, which is I think
That's a
No,
really
best
good
game
Thursday
this
night
week is
game.
definitely Raiders and Broncos.
Well, that Thursday night game also, I don't know. Apparently, the weather in Miami was like so humid.
Oh, it's in Miami.
It was in Miami. No, it's in Cincy. It's in Cincy. But I'm saying last week's game, it was so bad. Like the Bills were literally like, yeah, I don't know how I didn't just fall over and die during that game. It was the weather was so.
Well, I
humid.
mean,
And then people
we
were
ha-
dying on the Packers and Buccaneers
we
game
have
too.
we have like the hurricane.
Right,
I mean,
so
is
it's
there
all that
or
buildup.
is it? I mean, Miami obviously is not playing, but what
Tampa at
about
home?
Tampa Bay?
That is the plan. Is if they can't play in Tampa, which right now it's starting to look like they won't, they're going to move that game to Minneapolis.
And that is the Sunday night game.
Yeah, they're going to play that in Minnesota since obviously the Vikings are in London.
Got it. Wow.
Sweet.
So that's the plan. There you go.
I know those people work at Brady Mahomes, man. They're gonna be bummed out.
Why does it always seem to be like the fallback stadium is Minnesota?
Indoors and just,
It's not.
isn't it?
little
It used
north.
to be. It's not anymore.
Minnesota? And wait,
Outdoor.
no,
Their new stadium is outdoors.
like partially outdoor.
I don't know how much of it is
Isn't
outdoors.
Is it like SoFi where it's like it's got a cover?
No. Look it up. They used to play.
Yeah,
They used to play in
sworn.
the Metrodome.
Right, of course. Yeah.
They don't anymore.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's an outdoor stadium.
I'll have to look.
Well, we'll leave you guys on that note. We'll figure it out the game. Make sure to check out Mojobreak.com for your breaks, MojobreakShop.com for your wax, and we'll see you guys on next week's episode of The Hype. Peace out.